Hola, hi, I'm Guido García Lueches. We're going to be talking about the poetry of Legna Rodríguez Iglesias as published in this book, A Little Body Are Many Parts. It's a really cool little book, published in translation by the PTC, because it has the original Spanish poems as written by Legna in Spanish and the English translation on the other side, so you can contrast and compare, and you can always go back to the original if you want to. I'm from Uruguay originally, so I read it in Spanish when I can, but it's always interesting to see how these things work in both languages. I am obsessed with these sonnets currently, obsessed, and this is all I can think about. I'm gonna tell you a bit why. I don't know how much background you have. So in English, the normal sonnet works with the iambic pentameter that Shakespeare made so popular. Taram param 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 param. Param 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 param. Param 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 param. So it's 10 syllables. It's a very easy to follow rhythm. In Spanish, much like in Italian, the sonnets don't really work that way. They do 11 syllables. And they also have a different rhyming structure that we will talk about later on, but mainly it's the 11 versus 10 syllables. That is the first thing that the first difference that pops. But so Legna writes in Spanish, right? So you'd expect an 11 syllable line to a point. And I want to focus on the first line. I am obsessed with this. The first line of a poem called Jazz Neto, which they translate to pure jazz. And the first line in Spanish, and pardon me if you don't speak Spanish, the first line in Spanish is Hay jazz en Coral Gables, gratis jazz. Hay jazz en Coral Gables, gratis jazz. Taran, 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 tan, tan, taran. Perfect iambic pentameter. Hay jazz en Coral Gables, gratis jazz. 10 syllables. Perfect Shakespearean line written in Spanish. I will grant you most of these words are in English. Coral Gables, jazz. But it's still a very Spanishly constructed sentence. Spanishly. So it's mind-blowing to me that the first line is in such a perfect iambic pentameter and it's such a perfect English sonnet to a point. Obsessed with this poem, I'm telling you. Hay jazz in Coral Gables, gratis jazz. Also that gratis jazz, because that's a strange way to say things in Spanish, but just to make gratis the most important thing about that sentence is just the most relatable thing in the world. Just like there's jazz, yes, of course, there's always jazz, but it's free jazz. And that's where we're going. Because it's free and it's Wednesday and we got nothing to do. So after that first earth-shattering line, the poem goes back into an 11 syllable per line kind of thing. It goes back into a Spanish rhyming scheme. Hay jazz en Coral Gables, gratis jazz. Así que voy corriendo, eso es lo mío. It's not Shakespeare anymore. Not that it's bad, just that it's not the iambic pentameter. And it goes, and this sensation of being very day to day, the jazz being free, the three fat men playing for a whole bunch of old men, and this image of mundanity that is so carefully constructed from the very first line keeps going in the poem and just becomes this gorgeous thing of just a Wednesday afternoon listening to free jazz. And free jazz, though, it's not free jazz, but it's free jazz. That's maybe just for me. I'll read you the full poem now in Spanish, if you don't mind, just because I love the rhyming scheme so much that I don't want to lose it. Jazz Neto. Hay jazz en Coral Gables. Gratis jazz. Así que voy corriendo, eso es lo mío. Son 3 viejitos gordos, Murphy Trío, y en el público 3000 viejos más. Es mediodía y miércoles. Atrás, Salcedo y Aragón forman un lío de autos y semáforos. Un crío me ve desde la hierba. Cuánta paz. Al fin el calvo de la batería se pone a improvisar junto al del bajo. Es gratis, por favor, y es mediodía. Si disfrutas, no coges peste a grajo. Alégrate, lubrica la alegría, o sal a conseguir algún trabajo. That's the poem. I am obsessed. That turn at the very end, where it's like, if you're not up for this, then go get some work, please. Like.